more. So if you're just joining us and hearing about Amdari for the first time, please feel free to go check out our website at www.amdari.io to see that everything I just said is the truth and nothing but the truth. Again, thank you so much for joining us and welcome to the employability session hosted by Amdari. My name is Omowumi Victoria Samson. I am the CTO and COO at Amdari, and I'd like you to meet the facilitator, Ifemena Ipro, who is a data scientist with over 4 years of experience as a data analyst consultant, data analytics consultant, and also as a professional data scientist. He has built over 50,000 professionals in the field of data and helped them transition seamlessly into the data field. People who have learned under Ifemena Ipro have been able to get jobs in the UK, US, and Canada. I mean, even across Africa. So you're in safe hands and you're in good hands. Trust me. So he's also very much committed to making the technology sector more accessible. And that's why we're having a session like this, which is 100% free. And it's a session that we hold every week. So if you have someone that you believe is going to benefit from a session like this, learning from an expert like this, it would be nice for you to spread the word after today's session and just let them know that, okay, if you're looking to transition, there is someone who can hold your hands. Again, like I said, for free. We host this session every week and you can have access to it at every point in time. So that would be pretty much it. So I'll be handing over to our professional data scientist who's going to be telling us everything you need to know on how to transition seamlessly, how to land a job in 90 days with project experience. Because like I said, it is very, very much possible. Hello, sir. Are you there?
Yes, I am. Confirm you can hear me well.
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
All right, good to have you. Thanks for the session. All right, thanks a lot for that, Amoni. Appreciate it. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, good night, depending on your time zone, depending on where you guys are joining from. I see a lot of people from, I think, across Africa. I think that's very impressive. Looking at how we can get more, more Africans into the tech space, and that's like been a major goal for us. Or even myself, in the, as a professional. Okay. So permit me to share my screen so I can get started with the session. Okay. All right. So, first of all, who's excited to be here? Let me see the guys that are excited to be here. So, if you're excited to be here, please give me a zero in the chat. Okay, you're giving me reactions. Fantastic. All right. But I want to see a zero in the chat if I want a zero rather than a one. Okay. If you're excited, just drop a zero. Okay, I can see a lot of reactions also. Fantastic. All right. Zero P. Zero. All right. Okay. Today is going to be an amazing time, guys. It's an amazing time. You're going to be learning a lot in today's session. And at any point in time, you don't have any question, you have a question, please do not hesitate to type in your question. I'll be taking as much questions as I can in today's session. All right. So all I need from you today, the only thing I need from you today is to listen. That's all. Like literally, just listen. It's not a technical session. You're not coding, you're not learning Python, you're not learning Excel, you're not learning any of those technical things today. All right. That's the thing that you do normally. Okay. Those are the things that you do on a day to day. So every time you want to learn data analytics, you go online to learn it. Okay. It's technical, technical, technical. So people are more concerned about technical, neglecting the most crucial parts of your transitioning. Okay. So the most important part is what we're going to be discussing today. Okay. So my name is Ifemena. Mom said I had 4 years of experience, but I have over a decade now, years of experience working in the data space. So I've worked across different roles within the data ecosystem. So I've worked as a data analyst, I've worked as a data scientist, I've worked as a data engineer, I've worked in business analysis. My career has really encompassed several areas within the tech space. But the interesting thing is, I read economics in school. Okay, I read economics in university, graduated. After graduating, didn't work in tech. Okay, I started working. My first ever job was an intern. I was an intern with a management consulting firm. in Lagos, Nigeria. So I did internship, worked as a management consultant for about 4 years. So you see my trajectory. And that's the reason why I like to talk about myself, because it it should motivate you if you're looking to get started. So you're a teacher at the moment, or you are in education, you are customer service, you are doing something that is not really tech related at the moment, you can get started in tech. Okay, and that's exactly what we're going to be discussing today. So, like I said, I did economics, started working as a management consultant, nothing tech related, nothing, like literally zero tech. Okay, but I made a conscious effort to start learning just the way you're learning at the moment, or you're trying to get started. If that's you, okay, or you're doing some internship, you're doing something, you're learning, you're continuous learning. That's exactly what I did. But I did that for about 2 years before I got my first job. Okay, I did that for about 2 years. I continuous learning. I did that for 2 years. Okay, and eventually I was able to get my first role working as a business intelligence developer. Okay, and after that, my experience has just been going up and down. So currently, what I do is I currently work as a data science contractor. Okay, data analytics and science, really. Okay, contractor working for businesses in Canada now. Prior to that, I was working with businesses in the UK and also in the US. I still have clients in the US and also in Canada. So that's what I do at the moment. I also lead, I'm also the co-founder of Tenalytics. I run so many other, small businesses here and there. Okay, but that's my core passion. My passion is data. Okay, I love working with data, and data has always been something I was interested in, and everything I do is around data. Okay, so that's exactly what that's me. Okay, so if you're looking to transition into the tech space, especially into the data ecosystem, you're in the right place. All right, and that's the reason why we started Amdari, to see how we can help more Africans transition into the tech space, gain more experience. You see, when I was trying to transition, I had the major roadblock that most people have is 2 years experience, 3 years experience is needed, 5 years experience is needed, years of experience is needed to get that job, that first job. And you'll be surprised, everybody's always wondering, how do I get the first job? If every role I'm seeing out there requires 2 to 5 years of experience to get started, how do I get this 2 to 5 years experience? That's the reason why we started Amdari. So you see data analysts that are looking to pivot into data engineering, data analysts that are trying to pivot into data science, data scientists that are going into data engineering that are going into data science. These roles interchange, and people are looking to switch roles, okay, move from one role to the other, explore. One key thing, you don't need to go back to school to go and learn, okay? All you need to do is work on projects and get started, and that's what we'll be exploring today's session. So without wasting too much time, okay, we're going to be talking about the first thing, understanding data roles. Okay, understanding data roles. I can bet you quite a number of people don't understand the roles that they're going into, or what the major differences between each of these data roles. What does it entail, really? That's exactly what we're going to be talking about in today's session. Part of the things. So we're going to be looking at 3 career paths, and these are like the 3 essential career paths within the data ecosystem. So we have the data analyst, we have the data scientist, and we have the data engineer. Now, I would like to know what career path you want to get into. So do you want to go into data analytics, type DE in the chat. If you are interested in data science, type DS in the chat. If you're interested in data engineering, type DE. Okay, so I have DE, data engineer, data analyst, data scientist. Okay, we have quite a lot of people interested in data analytics. That's good. All right, that's interesting. Okay, DE also. DE is still picking up in terms of interest, but that's a career path that I can guarantee you that would would pave so much way for you also if you're interested in it. Data science, fantastic. Okay, data engineering, data science, data analytics. Okay. Okay, I can see like a BA. I think this is BA. Okay. All right. Data analytics. So I see a lot of data analysts quite a few number of data scientists, also a few data engineers, but majorly data analysts, and that's very interesting. That's very good. Okay, so most people are looking to get started. They want to start with data analytics, then they can start to transition into other career paths. So, like majority of people just want to start with data analytics, which is not bad, which is good. But that doesn't mean you can't start as a data scientist. That doesn't mean you can't start as a data engineer, and that's exactly what we'll still discuss. Okay. So now, what does these roles, what do they entail? Okay, who is a data analyst? Who is a data scientist? And who is a data engineer? What is the key difference between this? Because the moment you know the key difference between them, it becomes easy for you to transition. Okay, so let me tell you, for example, what really delayed me at my time. I was looking to get a job in data analytics, but you see me at that time, I was hell bent on learning Python. I was hell bent on learning Python. I needed to know how to code in Python. I neglected Power BI, neglected Tableau, neglected Excel. Even though I did it, I knew a bit of Excel back then. I was so concerned about Python because I felt I needed Python to get a job as a data analyst. And I was so, morning, afternoon, night, I am cramming code. Okay, like literally now I used to cram code. I will cram the code, and if I forget, I'll be beating myself up that I don't know how to code and so on and so forth. Okay, so I did that for a long period of time. Another I took about 4 months trying to learn Python, trying to code by myself. The movies that you watch, you see them typing without looking or researching the code. So you feel like, you feel inadequate when you're trying to type your code and it's not working, or you don't remember how to type it, and so on and so forth. So, that's, if you don't understand the role, it becomes difficult for you to transition. It's not that complicated. Okay. So what we're going to start off with, before you even start talking about transitioning and the steps to take in order for you to transition, you need to understand the role that you're getting into. Now, data analytics, what skills do you require? What does the role entail? Those are the things that we're going to be talking about. Data science, same thing. Data engineering, the same thing. Okay. Now let's start with data analyst. Let's start with the role of. I'll break it down. Okay. Where's my pen? Okay. Sorry. I have a pen here. If I want to write. Yes. All right. So now let's start with these roles. Now, when you're looking at these 3 roles, okay, the way I would arrange them in accordance of how their workflow in accordance to their workflow. Okay, you start off with the data engineer. Okay, you move to the data analyst, then I'll move to the data scientist. I'm going to start off with the data engineer, then I'll move to the data analyst, then I'll move to the data scientist, while explaining the workflow, their current workflow. Okay, so let's start with the data engineer. Who is the data engineer? What does the role of a data engineer entail? Is it interesting enough? Should it be, if I'm interested in data engineering, does it make sense for me to pursue it? Okay, what do they do? What's a day in the life of a data engineer? How does it look like? Okay, so I'm going to just paint a very quick scenario for you to understand it better, the role of a data engineer. So let's say you work in a bank. The reason why I like to use the example of a bank is because we all know how a bank works. We all know how a bank works. Okay, it's easy for you to know that you send money, you receive money. Okay, you want to apply for a loan, you go to the bank. Even though you don't know the processes it entails, but you know what a bank entails. You know some of the activities that happens within a bank. Okay, so let's say you work within a bank. Okay, now in the bank, the CEO. Okay, the CEO, that's the chief executive officer, says that what the question is, what banking channel okay, do customers use the most? What banking channel the customers use the most? Okay, what channel? So you have in a bank, typically you have, let's say you have POS. Okay, you have the ATM. Okay, you have the mobile app. Okay, you have the mobile app, and you have what else? Can anybody help me? Let me see. Let me see the guys. Okay, what else? What else? What other banking channels you guys know within the bank? Let me see. Banking channels. So I've written down POS, web application. Thank you very much. Okay, so we have the web, so the web app. Okay, so when you go online, go to the USSD. Fantastic. That's also good. I'll just stick to this. I'll stick to this four. Is it 4, 5? 1, 2, 3. I'll stick to this 4. Let's just keep it simple. Let's just keep it to this 4. I like the fact that you guys have gone ahead. You have check, you have USD, USSD, and so on. That's good. But we'll stick to this 4. So the CEO came out one day to say that what banking channels do customers use the most? Our customers, we want to understand our customers a lot better. Okay, we want to understand them better to, what channel do they use the most, so that anytime they use it, they get that easy access to it. Customers are always satisfied because we know what they want and we know how to optimize that particular process. Okay, so now we have itemized 4 channels, banking channels. So we have the POS, we have ATM, mobile app, and the banking app, the web app, sorry, the web app, the website. Okay, so now the person that answers this question, the person that is required to answer this question is not the data engineer. The person that is required to answer this question is not the data engineer. Okay, the person that is required to answer this question is either the data analyst or the data scientist. The person that is required to answer this question is not the data engineer. Okay, the person that is required to answer this question is the data analyst or the data scientist. I'll get to that. Don't worry, I'll get to it. Now, what role does the data engineer have to play? Okay, what role does the data engineer have to play? Now, you see, before the data analyst or the data scientist answers this question, they need something to answer the question. They need something to answer this question. Okay, they need data. Okay, they need data to answer this question. I mean, their name is data analyst and data scientist. So without that data, they are literally nothing. Okay, they need data. Exactly. Okay, they need data. Their name is data analyst and data scientist. So without that data, it can't do anything. They literally will not be able to do any work. Okay, without that good, reliable, accurate data, their whatever work they are doing is useless. Okay, now who makes this data available for them? Who gives them the data? Now, majority of you don't know this because you go on Kaggle to look for data set to work with. So you easily just download an Excel file or a CSV file or something, okay? Or you go on Google to just type in data set to work with and you get a CSV file or an Excel file. But now in a typical work environment, that's not how it works. Nobody sends you, oh, the data analyst needs data, then they will send you Excel via email. No, it doesn't work that way. Okay, so data usually is stored somewhere. This data in an organization is stored somewhere. Can anybody guess where it is stored? Can anybody guess? Okay, oh, maybe not guess. Okay, let me just tell you, I'm educating you, don't worry. Okay, so it's usually stored inside what we call a data warehouse. Okay, a data warehouse. It's usually stored in a database, exactly. Yeah, thank you, that's fantastic. Cloud, either cloud, either on-prem, it's usually stored in a data warehouse. Okay, it's stored in a data warehouse. So these guys need data. We've established that in order for them to answer this question, in order for them to answer what banking channel the customers use the most, they need data to answer this question. Now they need data from all 4 platforms. They need data from all the 4 platforms so that they can compare to say that this one is bigger than this one. This one is smaller than this one. Do you understand? So in order for you to compare, it's like you have, 4 friends, okay? And you want to know which one of them is taller than the other one, okay? If they're all standing in separate locations, it's difficult for you to say this one is taller than this one, okay? So you have 4 friends. You have Ade, you have Emeka, you have Abolaji, and you have Omowumi, okay? You have 4 people. You want to know who is taller, who is the tallest amongst them. If they're all in separate places, it's difficult for you to know who is the tallest. But the moment you bring all 4 of them together in one place, you can easily tell that, oh, this person is the tallest. Okay, you are the shortest. Okay, you are the third. You are the fourth. whatever the case might be. It's easy for you to just having them all together in one place makes it easy for you to do your analysis. Okay, all right. So now, but currently, the data from POS. So when you go to the bank, when you go somewhere, you go out to withdraw cash, to send money, whatever the case may be, you see all those cash, those transactions. Okay, they are stored somewhere. All those POS transactions usually are stored in their own system. We'll call it the POS database. It is stored somewhere. So all those POS transactions is stored somewhere. It's not talking to anybody. Okay, the POS transactions are just in one particular place. Okay, separate from every other system. Now, at ATM, when you go to the ATM, okay, you put in your card, you withdraw your cash, you send money, you pay your bills, and all those things. Okay, what do? Those data, all those transactions, they are also stored where? In the ATM database. Okay. Now, mobile app, the same thing. When you send money, you log into your app, you send money, you receive money. The transaction from the ATM and the transaction from the mobile app are stored in separate locations. So you see the mobile app also is stored in the mobile app database. Okay, so you get the drift. Your web application, you use your laptop to log into your account, you make that payment and so on. Also, that transaction is stored in the web application database. So you see now currently we have 4 separate databases. So just like your 4 friends that are in different locations. Okay, but the key thing now is we need to bring everything into one central location. So you can know that, okay, Omowumi is taller than Abolaji. Abolaji is taller than Philip. Philip is also taller than Ayodele. Do you understand? So we can see it clearly. So we established that we need all this data consolidated inside one place. Okay, and that's where the concept of ETL comes in. That's where the concept of ETL, that's where it comes in. So you see the data is stored in this POS database. The data is stored in POS database. So what happens? Okay, you need to move that data from this place. You need to move it to this place. Okay, you need to move it to this place. Okay, so you first of all, the first thing you need to do is to extract data from the database. You need to, that's the first step you need to do. Extract the data from that database. Okay, then after extraction, what do you do next? You transform the data. You transform the data. Okay, you transform the data. So now this transformation basically means you're not trying to make any, you're trying to arrange it in a better way. Sometimes the header might be scattered. Sometimes there might be something missing. Sometimes there might, data, it's just like you going to buy raw rice outside. You want to cook rice, you want to cook jollof rice. So you go outside to buy tomatoes, to buy peppers, you buy chicken, you buy your rice, and so on and so forth. When you get to the kitchen, okay, you just don't put everything into the plate or the pot and start cooking immediately. What do? The tomatoes is coming from outside. Even though you saw the woman wash it and put it in a bowl for you or put it in a bag for you, you still come back to your house and use your own water to wash your own tomatoes. You see, you just ensure that it is clean. Okay, the rice also, you need to wash it. The pepper, you have to wash it. You have to clean those things. It's the same thing with data. So even though you trust the source of where the data is coming from, the POS database is your own system, is your own application within the organization. So even though you trust the way the data is, where the data is coming from, you still need to clean. You still need to do some transformation. Okay, you still need to check and ensure that the data set is clean, is reliable, nothing is wrong with it, and so on. So once you're done with transformation, that's where you now do what? You now load it into that data warehouse, that central location. Okay, the central location. That's exactly where it comes in. Okay, so you extract the data, you transform the data, and then you load it into the data warehouse. So the POS data that existed before in the POS database alone has been moved from here, okay, has been moved to the data warehouse. The same thing with ATM. The data from the ATM, you would also do your ETL, extract, you transform, and you load it into the data warehouse. The data from the mobile app also, you extract, you transform, and you do what again? You load it into the data warehouse, okay? Data from this place again, you extract, you transform, and you then load it into the data warehouse. So data that were stored in 4 separate locations before are now in one central location. So you see, the role of the data engineer is so significant that if this data is not available, if the data here is not available, these guys won't be able to do their work. And the whole era of data engineering came out when big data became the main big talk about around the community, around the world. Okay, so because businesses now are generating data exponentially. Okay, so you see, ordinarily a typical bank, there's POS, there's ATM, there's mobile app, there's web app, there's USSD, there's checks. There's so many ways for you to transact, and customers are consistently transacting. So data is consistently generated. So, who makes this data available for these people to do the analysis? That's the role of the data engineer. Okay, so the data engineer is what we call a plumber. Okay, so it's just moving data from a data source. So this is what we call a data source. Okay, this is what we refer to as a data source. A data source is basically where the data is generated, where it is generated. So you have POS. When you transact money through the POS, that's where the data is being generated. Okay, now this is what we call data destination. Okay, data destination. Now, destination basically means this is the place where it is moved to do your analysis and so on and so forth. So this is the role of the data engineer, simplified for you to understand. A professional that moves data from the data source and makes it available, for analysis and so on and so forth. So move data from data source to a data destination. Okay, so that's exactly what we are talking about. So when you say I'm teaching Power BI, this is not Power BI, this is data engineering. So that concept ETL can be used across different data roles, but essentially it is the role of the data engineer to provide you with that ETL, that data, okay, for you to do your analysis. So give me a 1 in the chat if you understand exactly the role of the data engineer. Give me a thumbs up. Okay. Is it the same as data entry? 0? No, it's not the same thing as data entry. Okay, all right, fantastic, good, I love that. So let's move on to the next person. Okay, let's move on to the next person. So now, when the data, all that data is now in one central location, all that data is now, the data engineer has done their work, and all the data now is in one central location. What's the next thing to do? So I already discussed that, the next person that I would like to talk about is the data analyst. I think I will actually do the two of them together. Okay, I would likely do the two of them together. Okay, that's the data analyst and the data scientist. So most people actually make a very big mistake, when it comes to these two roles, data analyst and data scientist. Now, what's the main difference between these two? So the data analyst and the data scientist, their key role is to answer questions. Okay, to answer questions. Okay, that's their job. Literally 9 to 5, 8 to 10, whatever time you're working as a data professional, data analyst, data scientist, you are majority of the time trying to answer questions. Now look at the example. The CEO already gave you a question. What banking channel do customers use the most? That is a question, and you need to answer that question. Okay, so now let's talk about the type of questions that they answer. That would now differentiate the role of a data analyst from a data scientist. Okay, the questions that they answer differentiates the role between a data analyst and a data scientist. Now, what questions do they answer? I'm going to start with the first one. Number 1, what we call descriptive analytics. Descriptive analytics. Okay, so what is descriptive analytics? So basically with this one here, you're trying to answer what happened. What happened? Okay, what happened? So basically what happened is talking about if the customer, like what banking channels do customers use the most, basically is a situation of you describing the situation, you telling the CEO what happened. So last month we have more users using the mobile app. That's exactly what happened last month. So last month we had more users using the banking app. Okay, that's simple, clear, straight to the point. 2 months ago, we had more people using ATM. 3 months ago, we had more people using POS. Okay, so it's just telling you exactly what happened that particular month. So January this year, we had more people using POS. February, more people using the mobile app. March, it's telling you exactly what happened in that month when you're talking about the banking channels that were being used. Okay, so it's telling you categorically what happened in that particular month or time period. Okay, so if you're asking the question, what banking app the customers use the most, you want to describe the situation. Okay, so last month, we had 2,000 people use the mobile app, and that is the most. That's the most people that use the app. Okay, so the other channels, account for just about 20%, but 80% of our customers use the banking app. That's you describing a situation. So that's descriptive analytics. So anything around what was our sales for last month, that's descriptive. How many customers did we generate January to June this year? That's you describing an event. In January, we had 5,000 customers. In February, we had 3,000 customers. In February, and so on. You're describing what happened in those months. That's you describing an event. Now, the next one is number 2 is to diagnose. Okay, diagnostic. Okay, analytics. To diagnose. So now the next one is diagnose. This is now, why did that happen? Why did it happen? Okay, why did it happen? Now, this is another question that you need to understand. Okay, so if you have more people using the banking app and less people using POS, you need to know why that exists. Okay, that's another question. So things that don't even concern you. I mean, you're not you're working with the organization. Okay, last month the CEO asked you what banking channel the people use the most, customers use the most. Oh, last month we have people that last month, based on our record, we can see that people use the banking app more than every other channel. Okay, the next question will be why. Why are they using banking app? Why are they not using POS? Why are they not using our banking app? We wanted to use USSD. Why are they not using USSD? Is there any problem? So problem that doesn't concern you from anywhere. Problem that doesn't, you will be the one to now carry it on your head, okay? And say you need to go and find out the reason why customers are using your platform than the other. So you see, that's where all those surveys that the bank will send to you. How are you satisfied with your banking app? How are you doing this? Would you recommend? Would you do this? Would you do that? They're trying to find out the reasons why you're using one channel than the other. Okay? So that's diagnostic analytics. So these are your job as a data professional. You are going to be answering questions. Okay? What happened last month? Why did that particular thing happen? Why do we have more customers from the southern region than the northern region, than the eastern region? Why do we have most of our customers international than locally? You need to know why. The moment you know why, it means that you know how to improve the process. Take, for example, if you're making a loss, okay, in your business, customers are not purchasing the product. You need to know why. Okay, is it a marketing issue? Is it a branding issue? What is the main reason why people are not buying from your organization? The moment you know why people are not buying from you, it means you can make it better. You can make changes to those things to make it better. Okay, same thing. If you're making, okay, let's use a very typical example. Say your revenue, you're looking at money, profit. Let's even use profit because everybody understands profit. Your profit in January you did 1 million. Okay, in February you did, let's say, 800,000. In March you now did 5 million. Okay, as a business you need to know why you made 5 million that month. You need to know why. It's an anomaly. On a normal, you'll be making about 800,000 to like 1 million. But 1 month, you just skyrocketed and you did 5 million. You need to know why you made 5 million, because you have the opportunity to make more than 5 million. Because if I know how I was able to generate 5 million, I would continue to do that thing or improve on that thing I did, so that next month I am making either 5 million or more than 5 million. Okay, that's exactly why. So that's why this why here is very, very important. The why, diagnostic analytics. And that's why you see consistently data professionals are being hired, because they have become what we call oracle within the business. They are the ones that they are the oracles, because the CEOs, the CFOs, the main management team within the organizations will consult you to say, come, we need answers to this question. Okay, and you are the only one that can answer it, because you have the power, you have the skills to be able to manipulate data. That's not a simple skill. Trust me, guys. What people cannot do, you can do it, and you can see patterns, you can see things that they cannot see. Okay, and you would want to offer them recommendation. I mean, that's one of the beauty about the role. Okay, and that's why I really love being within the data ecosystem, because that excitement is you see on their face when you tell them the reasons why certain things are behaving the way they are behaving, why customers are behaving the way they behave, understanding how customers move, understanding how they make profits, understanding how everything within the organization works together to get an end result. You are that data professional that gets you to do that. Okay, so now the third one we're going to talk about is predictive analytics. So I'm writing this in yellow because I'm going somewhere. Okay, predictive analytics. Okay, now predictive analytics is not asking that question, what will happen? What will happen? Okay, what will happen? So now this is you going into the future. Okay, so you see these two over here that majorly what? Past events. Past. What happened last month? Why did that happen last month? Just basically looking at what has happened in the past and telling you what happened and telling you why it happened. Okay, but you see this guy over here, this guy is looking at the future. Okay, not future the musician, but future like tomorrow. Do you get me? Okay, so you see, this is where the distinction of the role of a data analyst and the data scientist come to play. Now, the role of the data analyst, okay, the role of the data analyst only exists in these two parts. So the data analyst is the person that does what we call what happened and why it happened. And that's why you'll be required to build dashboards. That's your job as a data analyst. You need to know what happened and why it happened, and you need to report. You need to create a report based off that. That is reporting. Okay, what happened and why did it happen? You have created the dashboard to explain. Oh, we made 5,000 in January, we did 6,000 in February, we did this, and based on this analysis, I can deduce that based on the marketing budget, we're able to market, we're able to do more, hence the reason why we're able to do more here, so on and so forth. So you're using your dashboard to tell a story, two stories, to answer two questions. What happened and why did that happen? Okay, those are the things that you're trying to do as a data analyst. So a data analyst is more focused on historical data, past things that have happened already. So the data is just reporting on it. Okay, what happened and why did it happen? But you see, the data scientist will now do all the three of them together, combine all of them together. That's the data scientist. Okay, the data scientist will tell you what happened. The data scientist will tell you why that particular thing happened, and go one step further to do predictive analytics. What will happen going into the future to tell you predictive. Okay, and this is where your machine learning, statistical modeling, all this, statistics and all that. This is where it comes in for you to now start doing your forecast, predictions, machine learning, and all that to get what you are looking for. Does that make sense? So you see where I talk about learning Python as a data analyst, you will see one role that requires you to do Python does not mean you need to go and learn Python. Your role as a data analyst, and even with my experience and other people around me, the key thing that you need to focus on is reporting. Okay, reporting on what happened and why that particular thing happened. As a data scientist, this is now you coming in to do a bit of prediction. okay, to predict in the future. This is what would likely happen. You're doing a forecast, all right? So in the bank now, for example, you want to predict which transaction is fraudulent, okay? They still need the same data from all the channels, POS, banking app, and all those things, okay? So they will do their own analysis to find out what banking app people use the most, what channel do people, what channel do people get defrauded the most, and start to do their own analysis, start to do their own descriptive diagnostic, and then predicting. And then that's where the forecasting comes in, where not forecasting, predicting, where they start to predict fraudulent transactions. So if you try to do a transaction with the ATM, they flag it as fraudulent and they block the card. It's the data scientists that will do all those predictions and all those things, okay? And really, that's why they called it the sexiest job of the future. When I was looking to learn, really what got me interested in data science is that key concept of the sexiest job of the future, okay? Because the things that other people cannot see, you can see it. Okay, even the things that in the future you can even plan ahead, you can go ahead into the future to tell them what will happen in the future, and that's the beauty of data science. So, as a data analyst or as an enthusiast, someone that is looking to get it started, as a data analyst, please don't start learning Python. It's not important for you. So, if you're looking for a more senior role, so you're looking for a senior data analyst position. Oh, fantastic. Go learn Python. All right. If you've been doing Power BI the last 3-4 years of experience and you're looking to scale into an higher role within data analytics, into a senior role, for example, then learn Python. You need to learn Python because you'll be doing a bit more advanced analysis. Okay. But someone getting started, you don't need Python. Okay. So these are the different roles. These are the 3 critical roles. Okay. There's one last part. This is where I'm going to call it. This is where I'm going to wrap it up. Okay. So now there's one other thing I'm going to talk about, difference between the data analyst and the data scientist. So the data analyst and the data scientist, pardon my writing. So these guys work both, they both work with data. We have established that already. But now, what type of data do they work with is also very important. What type of data do they work with is also very important. So now, data is split into 2, okay? Data is split into 2 parts. We have structured data. Structured data. Okay, and we have also unstructured, okay, data. Okay. Now, structured data basically is what we are all familiar with. So when you go on Kaggle to work on a project, you want to work on a project, they send you a CSV file, an Excel file. So you see this data is in what we call a table. It's in a table, all right? So even when you're doing your data analysis in Python, you see you have a data frame. These are all in table. So the table comprises of what we call rows and what we call columns, okay? So it's a table. Okay, so it has an header. Let's say name is in this place, age is over here. Let's say location is over here. What else is there? Gender, okay, and maybe what else? Race. I'll just put race there. Okay, so you see each person has a line, has a row. Every customer would have a row. So this is what we call structured data. Okay, this is what we refer to as is structured data. Now, everybody has a role. Every information is structured into these words, rows and column. Okay, and every information is put in there. Every information is put in there. Okay, that's structured data. Now, who makes use of data, structured data? Both the data analyst and the data scientist will make use of structured data. Both the data analyst and the data scientist would make use of structured data. Now, this is another difference between the data analyst and the data scientist. Now, unstructured data are basically data that cannot fit into a table. Data that cannot fit into a table. Now, for example, I'm very sure you guys will be curious, okay? A picture. So if you take a selfie today, all right? That picture cannot be put into a table. You can't put it into a table. Another very good example is audio files. So a music file, you can't put a music into structure the table. Okay, same thing with the video, same thing with so many other aspects. Video, text cannot just be put into a table. So, how do you analyze unstructured data? How do you analyze unstructured data? That's the role of the data scientist. So the data analyst and the data scientist will both work with structured data. But you see, unstructured data, who is that professional that gets to work with pictures, audios, unstructured data, still makes sense out of it? That's the job of the data scientist. Okay, I would explore some other aspects in today's session. Okay, so if you've learned something new today, please, I want you to drop a one in the chat. Let me see. Let me see people that have learned something new in today's session. Okay, or give me a thumbs up. Anyone works. Okay, all right, fantastic. Fantastic. Okay. Um, some people are asking about the recording of class. Yes, the recording will be made available to be up on our YouTube page, so you get access to it. Okay. It's mostly Excel and PowerPoint. Fantastic. Onyedika. All right. So let me see. I'm just trying to see if I have a couple of questions here. So, what skills do I need to learn as a data analyst? Very fantastic question. Gandhi. Okay, so we're going to be exploring that now. We're going to be exploring that in the next few minutes. That's literally the next part. The skills you need to learn, the technologies you need to learn, the roles you can apply to. That's the key. That's the critical part. That's the part that you need to listen to, and projects you need to start working on. Okay, projects you need to start working on. So we're going to explore all the skills, technology for all the three roles. So I've explained them, now you understand them, you know what they do, so on and so forth. Now the next part is the skills you need to learn. Now for data analytics, for you getting started in data analytics, these are the technologies that you need to focus on. Number one is Microsoft Excel. Okay, Microsoft Excel. I've worked with Fortune 500 organizations, and I'll still tell you, majority of the analysis are still done in Microsoft Excel. Are still done in Microsoft Excel. So if you feel like you want to learn something powerful, so you neglect power, you learn Excel, you don't learn Excel, okay, you're going to be missing out on a lot of opportunities. So one of my friend currently just moved to Amazon, currently works at Amazon in the UK, and I can tell you categorically majority of the work he does is in Excel. Majority of the tasks, majority of the reports he builds are in Microsoft Excel. So now, if you're currently looking to get started and you want to prioritize big languages, big, Python, you want to learn R, you want to learn so on and so forth, I mean, you're just going to be wasting your time. Okay? So getting started in Excel, being very good in Excel is a fundamental skill for you to have. Okay? The next is Power BI. Power BI is still the most popular within the data ecosystem. So every organization is trying to get into, even if they use Tableau or they use Looker, if you have experience in Power BI, it still gives you an edge. Apply for that job. Okay? So another critical skill you need to learn is SQL, structured query language. Okay, we're still going to be having more sessions in the future where we talk more about each of these technologies, what you need to learn, so on and so forth. Okay, so Excel, Power BI, SQL, Microsoft Fabric is another technology that you need to get familiar with. So that's to step into the ecosystem of Power BI, but it's a bit more encompassing because it allows you to design your data pipeline, it allows you to build a dashboard, automate so many tasks, and so on and so forth. Now, the next part is Google Sheets. Okay, so many organizations are still using Google Sheet. A lot of organizations that have their businesses on Google platform use Google Sheets. Okay, now also Tableau. The next thing is Looker Studio. Okay, so these are the technologies you need to prioritize if you're looking to get into data analytics. Sorry, guys, give me 1 second. Apologies for that, guys. So sorry about that. So understanding data roles, that's exactly the skills you need to learn to get started. So from Excel to Power BI to SQL to Microsoft Fabrics, Google Sheets, Tableau, and Looker Studio. Okay? So now, what roles can you do as a data professional or someone that is looking into going into data analytics? What roles can you do? So if you learn these technologies, what opportunities are there for you? Okay? So we have data analyst, okay, obviously, because you learn data analytics, you can work as a data analyst. But you're also a lot of other roles you can apply to, a lot, okay, that are not even currently on the list. And I'll still share some of them with you. So number two is business intelligence analyst. Okay. Number three, marketing analyst, sales analyst, logistics analyst, supply chain, procurement, operations, product, customer analyst. There's so many roles you can apply to. So many roles. So many roles. So you see, when people that are enthusiasts or people that are sort of novice within the ecosystem say that I don't want to learn data analytics because it is crowded. I don't know why, I don't know how I feel, honestly, but I don't know how to explain it because, and I'm going to allay some of those fears. I'm going to help you understand better why you shouldn't have that fear. Okay? Now, data analytics is a skill, is not a job role. So if you learn data analytics, the only job, most people think that the only job you can do is data analyst. So you learn data analytics to become a data analyst. So you see everybody's learning data analytics, so they feel like everybody becomes a data analyst. So it means that if everybody becomes a data analyst, where are the jobs? And it's a very myopic way of thinking, okay? But now, data analytics is not a job role, it's a skill that can be applied to several job roles, okay? So take, for example, the guys in HR, the guys in HR generate data. The guys in HR, the guys that are currently that are working in HR, they generate data. They generate their own data. So HR processes, employment, recruitment, performance evaluation, training and development, all the things that you do in HR, data is being generated. So you go for a training program, you spend 2 hours per day on that training program. How impactful is that training program? You need to analyze the data to find out, was this training that this employee that they went for, is it impactful? You need to analyze that data to know, okay? You need to analyze the data based on performance, your performance for last year and your performance for this year. Did it increase? Did it reduce? If it reduced, why did it reduce? You need to know why. That's descriptive and diagnostic analytics. Now, who does all this? It's a data analyst. But do they call them, do they refer them as data analysts? Absolutely not. They do refer them to as what we call HR analyst. Okay? It's still a data analyst, but doesn't carry the title of a data analyst, carries the title of HR analyst. Now, take for example, another very critical operations, okay? Operations data. So, guys working in the bank, for example, so people are working to the branch, transacting, moving here, moving there, and all that, okay? All those data that is being generated, who analyzes them? They're data analysts, but do they call them data analysts? No, they refer to them as operations analysts. Supply chain, the same thing. Supply chain data. Who analyzes supply chain data? The supply chain analyst. So it's a data professional that has the skill of a data analyst, okay, but is laser focused into a particular domain, a niche area, a particular domain. All right. So there's operations, there's sales, there is customer, and so on and so forth. Okay. There's so many roles in there that you can apply to. Okay. So the key thing is there are so many opportunities in data analytics that, honestly speaking, as a professional, please guys, if you can hear me well, can you guys hear me well? Please give me a thumbs up if you can hear me well. Some people are telling me I have audio issues. Among, please confirm if you can hear me well. If my voice is loud and clear, please confirm. What's up, Miwa?
I can
Okay.
hear you very well, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you well, loud and clear. Okay,
Yes,
fantastic.
I can hear
Thank
you
you
very
very
well.
much. All right, thanks. All right, so quite a number of roles exist within a data analytics, and I tell these most places I go to, I try to tell people that I work in data science, I work in data engineering, data analytics. Probably because I focus more on data analytics, I have earned more working as a data analyst, okay, improving data analytics and so on within different organizations. Same thing with data science, okay. So learning data analytics does not mean you can only work as a data analyst, okay. There are other opportunities that exist. I mean, even just learning Tableau, there's Tableau developer, just a role that is called Tableau developer. Same thing with Power BI developer. There are so many roles within those domains that you can actually just do. Just learning Power BI alone would open you up to quite a number of roles in Power BI. Power BI consultant, Power BI developer, Power BI engineer, Power BI report automation. So many roles within just Power BI that you can actually do. So when you see opportunity, it's just for you to see that these opportunities exist. Okay, and that's the reason why we're going to be having the session, to tell you that all you need to do is learn the skill, get the skill, be so good at it. There are a lot of roles within just data analytics that will get you started. Okay, so moving on. Okay, the next thing we're going to be talking about is the skills required for data science. Okay, the projects you need to work on. So now all you need to do to get access to more projects. So you see on the Amdari platform, we have a pool of projects for you to work on. Okay, so you see this current one, the one I will talk about, this one, app engagement mastery, monitoring dashboard insights for VenBridge, user adoption and interaction. So rather than you just going on Kaggle or on Google to go and get some random data to work on, Amdari provides you with industry graded projects, guided projects that would help you understand certain industries. So if you're looking to go into, this particular one will be more towards product analytics. Okay, so analyzing user adoption and interactions on the platform, on the web app, whatever it is, it's more product analytics. Okay, so if you're looking to get into product analytics, work on projects in product analytics. Okay, now the next is HR analytics, analyzing employee turnover and retention at Neotech Corporation. Another project for you to work on if you're interested in HR analytics. Banking on analytics, tailoring services for former student customers at Novus Trust for enhanced loyalty. So now this one is more tailored towards customer analytics, understanding your customers. So a lot of people that were in university, a student, okay, were using the app or were using their bank while they were in school, but now they've gotten employment. Okay, the needs of a student and the need of a student and of an employee, they are two very separate ones. Okay, so how do you identify and how do you create loyalty within these customers? That's customer analytics. Okay, so strategies to combat shopping cart abandonment and boost sales for Magic Made. That's another product analytics or marketing analytics. Okay, so risk assessment and analysis. So this one is also risk analysis. Okay, so there are quite a number of projects for you to work on, and there's so many of them. So all you need to do, maybe after the session, I'll show you how to do it again. But all you need to do is just go to www.amdari.io. Okay, amdari.io. Okay, all you need to do is go to amdari.io. So once you go to amdari.io, it takes you to the page, and you can see data analytics. You have a lot of projects to work on. Okay, so data analytics, distribution analysis, energy market, you have a pool of projects, and these are not random projects that you get online. These are well guided projects. I'll show you more of this later, don't worry. Okay, I'll show you more of this. So they say let's move on to data science. What skills you need to learn? What technologies do you need to learn? Okay, so number one is statistics. You need to be good with statistics. You need to be comfortable with statistics. Now, a lot of people run away from statistics, and that's the fear of, oh, I failed mathematics in school. I'm scared of mathematics. I'm scared of statistics. I'm scared of numbers. Okay, but statistics is actually very interesting. It's actually one of the most interesting aspects of data science, because in order for you to do so many things, like we said, we're going to be having so many sessions around the technical side of things, okay? And I want you guys to take follow us on all our social media platforms, because we're going to be having a lot of sessions to educate you, especially within the data ecosystem. So statistics, for example, okay, very important, because in order for you to be able to do predictions, in order for you to be able to understand data a lot better, you need statistics, okay? So while I was growing up, or while I was in university, when I even finished university, median mode, what we refer to as measure of central tendency. So in statistics, they are called measures of central tendency, mean, median, and mode. While I was in university all through the years, I never knew why I needed to do mean, median, and mode. I knew how to calculate it. Mean was average, median is the middle number, which was the most confusing to me at that time, because why do you need to get the middle number? Why in what scenario do you need to get the middle number? Why would I need to get the middle number of a group of numbers? Like, why would I need to do that? Okay, not until I started data science, that's when I started to see that, okay, standard deviation, variance, all these things, they all add up. They all mean something. There's something that they are talking about, okay? And that's exactly what we are going to be exploring in other sessions. But statistics is interesting, okay? It's interesting, okay? So other skills you need to learn: Tableau, SQL, you need to learn Excel, okay? Power BI, Python, you need to learn Microsoft Fabric also. Also, very interested machine learning. Other domains you need to get yourself interested in is computer vision and natural language processing. So computer vision basically is giving camera power to understand. Okay, the power of seeing to your camera, to your camera. Okay, so take for example, take a look at me at the moment. Look at me. Okay, so if you can see me now, you see that I have this Amdari background. It's not a green screen. It's nothing. Okay, it's not a green screen. Okay, there are things on my back. Okay, there's my shelf. There's a table. There's a wall. There are things on my back. Just the background is not there. Okay, but now the interesting thing is, how does the camera not blow me out? Why? As this is my webcam, why has it not blown me out? Why has it not blown me out? Very interesting, don't you think? Majority of the things that you see, that just feels like an add-on. Okay, oh, I can add background. Let me add background. The key question you need to ask yourself is, how does the camera identify that you should not be blurred out? How come I'm not blurred out? Okay, that's exactly where computer vision comes in. Okay, to be able to identify somebody, me. So you see, when I raise up my hand, in fact I move back, you can see me clearly. Do you understand? It can identify me as a person, but everything in the background is blurred out, except me, the human, in the picture, in the frame of the camera. That's giving sight and understanding to a camera. That's where it's very interesting, okay? It's a very interesting field. So if you're interested in computer vision, fantastic. Also very promising. I've worked as a computer vision engineer for one of the startups in the UK. Very interesting project, very interesting career paths. You will literally see the impact of your work in real time. That's computer vision. You also have NLP, natural language processing, okay? So if you go analyzing text to get sentiment out of text. So if you have a new product, take for example, iPhone is going to bring out a new product. It's going to bring out a new phone. So when they bring out a new phone, and people go on Twitter and start tweeting, sharing their thoughts about the brand of the phone, start sharing, reviews and so on and so forth. So what happens? So a company like Apple will probably partner. Back in the days, you could just go on Twitter to script the data. Okay, but now it's not as easy as that anymore. So probably they need like API integrations and all that to be able to gather as much reviews of that product as possible. So because millions of customers are giving reviews, I mean, if a new iPhone drops today, you will see millions and millions of comments, review, interactions, and so on. Oh, it is good. Oh, it is bad. Oh, I think it's all right. Oh, I think it's revolutionary. Oh, I think everybody shares their thought, and you see millions of tweets. Okay, now a company like iPhone, a company like Apple will gather all those tweets. Now, it's impossible for you to start reading them one after the other. Oh, this person said user 7741 said the product is very great. I think we should, improve on this. And they have millions of tweets. It's impossible for them to read those millions of text. That's where natural language processing comes in. So for you to be able to analyze the text, to get the general sentiment about the product. So usually they polarize it into three categories, okay? Into positive, negative, and neutral, okay? So if it is positive, I want to know what people are saying that are positive. If it is negative, I need to know what people are saying that are negative. And if it is neutral, I also need to know exactly where they lie and so on and so forth. But basically, those are the three, okay, for sentiment, okay? The same thing with Alexa, okay, where you say, or hello Google, okay? You say hello Google and Google starts to speak to you. Okay, that's natural language processing. So you being able to speak to a device, and the device should be able to understand or listen and get you. Or the new OpenAI 4.0, 4-0, okay? And you can talk to the, ChatGPT, and ChatGPT can respond to you. That's natural language processing, okay? So, translator. So you speak to the app app understands what you said, translate it to French, Spanish, or any other language. Natural language processing. So these are more advanced, and data science tasks. Okay, so obviously you start from somewhere. Okay, you just cannot just jump straight to NLP and start building NLP and text buckets and all that. Okay, so that's data science. So the key things you need to learn: statistics, Tableau for your predictive, even a bit of predictive analytics, not as accurate, but you can use it to do predictive analytics. Same thing with your Excel. You can use Excel to do some predictive analytics. Okay. Python majorly will be like a major tool for you as a data scientist, okay, in order for you to manipulate data, okay, both structured and unstructured data. All right, so moving on, what roles can you apply for learning data science? Now, as a data scientist, typically you should be able to apply for all the roles in data analytics. So you see all those roles we talked about: marketing analyst, sales analyst, customer analyst. You can apply for all those roles as a data scientist. Okay. On top of that, you could apply for data scientist roles. You could apply for machine learning engineer. You could apply for forecasting analyst, demand planning, big data analyst, quantitative analyst, market research analyst, NLP developer, computer vision engineer, and so on and so forth. So you see all the roles that we have there. The data scientist can also apply for it. So HR analyst, marketing analyst, customer analyst, sales analyst, so on and so forth. You can apply for all the roles. In addition to that, you can apply for all these roles also. So you see, the data scientist, gives you a tad bit more roles for you to apply to. Okay, well, anyone works. If you want to start with data analytics, fantastic. Then as you go on in data analytics, you want to go into data science, good. If you want to start off with data science, it's also very promising for you to start off and so on. Okay, so all the projects you need to work, you can work on the platform. You have projects around cybersecurity where you're going to be building a machine learning project that will detect network intrusion. Okay, cryptocurrency price forecasting, so you building a forecasting model, computer vision, detecting cassava disease, identify and classify disease symptoms. So sentiment analysis, which is under NLP, okay? So sentiment analysis for customer feedback, product and service improvement with precision, movie recommendation. So you go on Netflix and you see a recommendation based off your previous watch. That's also machine learning. So where it understands that you watch this movie, it's going to recommend XYZ movie to you. Or you go on Amazon to buy a product, because you selected this product, you see the next thing, adverts for other products that are similar to that starts to show up. That's it. That's exactly what it is. Okay. Or you went on Google to search for let's say a tab. Okay, you want to buy a tab, a Samsung tab. And immediately you go on Instagram, you start to see recommendation of different ads, okay, around sales of tabs or different computers and so on and so forth. That's recommendation system. Okay, so cohort analysis also, which is majorly centered around customer. Okay, so customer analytics, it's a very fantastic one for you to have if you're looking to go into customer analytics. All right, so these are more projects exist on the Amdari platform for you to work on project. Okay, so data engineering, moving on to the next one, data engineering, the key skills for you to learn. I can see quite a number of people are asking questions around, data engineering. So the key skills that you need to learn in data engineering is, number one is Python. Python is like your go-to tool. Okay. Number two is SQL. These are like the two technologies you need to be very good with as a data engineer. Okay, also technology, you have GitHub that you get to work with, Linux, okay? You get to work with Apache Spark for big data, big data transformation to processing, big data processing, okay? You also get to work with dbt, Google Cloud, AWS, Azure, Apache Airflow, Draw.io for design, your pipeline design, and so on and so forth. So Linux, dbt, GCP is Google Cloud Platform, so that's cloud. AWS is Amazon Web Services, also cloud. Azure, also cloud. This is Airflow, Apache Airflow for pipeline automation. Okay, automation. So rather than you manually running your codes, the pipeline, this Apache Airflow would help you run your codes at certain time, your pipeline. Okay, so dbt also for transformation, analytics, and engineering, and so on and so forth. Okay, so that is the key skills that you need to learn as a data engineer. So what roles can you take on completing data engineering, going into data engineering? So roles entail, you can work as a BI engineer, okay? You can work as a data engineer. You can work as an analytics engineer, AWS cloud developer, AWS cloud engineer, Azure cloud engineer, GCP cloud engineer, ETL developer, big data engineer, data migration specialist, and data platform engineer. There are so many other roles that exist within the ecosystem, but like these are the ones that I would say you can get started with. At least there are more roles within data engineering that you can actually think about. Okay, so learning the skill is also imperative for you getting started in the career path itself. Okay. Projects that are on the platform for data engineers, we have telecom data revolution, building ETL pipelines and data warehouse with Make and GCP, real estate data revolution. So you're getting projects across different aspects, banking to real estate to e-commerce and so on. So Wikipedia data scraping, efficient extraction and database integration, unleashing the power of Airflow. I talked about Airflow earlier. Streaming data with Reddit, from Reddit, using Kafka, Spark, and MongoDB. So these are all technologies that you're going to work with for that particular project. Agile analytics, revolutionizing web insights with a serverless data pipeline on AWS for next-gen web analysis. So these are just some projects that you can go on the platform to go start working on to build your experience in data engineering. So those are the things that you need to know in data engineering. So now I'm going to tad bit, because the key aspect of our session today, this is exactly where we're going to. Because majority of the people that I've spoken to over time, they keep asking the question like, how do I get a job with no experience? I'm also going to tell you where to apply for jobs. Yes, I'm going to show you where you can start applying for jobs. If you have skill, you can start applying for jobs. If you don't have skill, learn, practice, they start to apply. But first off, if you don't have experience, how do you get a job? So if I'm supposed to start my career all over again, and I'm starting as a newbie, how would I get a job? What are the steps I would take now to ensure I get a job? So number one, let's go through it. Number one, identify your desired tech career. Identify your desired tech career. So take, for example, you're interested in data analytics. Please stick to data analytics. Don't get confused. Okay? If you're interested in data science, please stick to data science. If you're interested in data engineering, please stick to data engineering. Each of these career paths, and that's the reason why I took out my time today to discuss, substantially on each of those career paths, that if you focus on those career paths, you are going to be fine. There's no need for you to learn data analytics today. You're learning Power BI tomorrow because one of your friends is doing something amazing in Python. You drop Power BI to go and start learning Python. Okay. You see the next day somebody is doing something in MongoDB. You feel inadequate. So you move from what you're learning to go learn MongoDB. That's how you get distracted. Okay. And that's where you will take more time transitioning. So if it's data analytics, go learn the skills. Those two I say you should learn. Be so good on it, be very good at them. Just focus, identify what you want to stick with, and stick with that particular career path. Now, the next thing is learn the skills. Okay, so if you're interested in data analytics, that's why we talked about the skills. If you're interested in data science, that's why we talked about the skills. If you're interested in data engineering, go learn the skills. Okay, it's very important. There are free resources online. There are a lot of boot camps out there that you could go learn with. Okay, educate yourself. That's what we're talking about. Learn the skill. Now, I'll reiterate myself, which is please don't get distracted. So you see in that learning phase where you're learning something, okay? And because sometimes you might get frustrated and you might see something fancy, something a tad bit shinier than what you're doing at the moment. So you're learning data science, okay? And somebody built some one dashboard that is looking so fantastic. So you leave your data science to come and start learning how to use Power BI. That's distraction. You see that time that it takes you to move away from data science to data analytics, all right? You have wasted time already. That's ample time. That's enough time for you to have continued learning what you're doing and gotten can be better than what you're looking at, okay? So that's exactly what I'm talking about. Please focus, stay on what you're doing. Keep drilling, okay? At the end of the tunnel, you will get your own lights, okay? Now, learn the skill. Be so good, okay? Be so good in that skills that you're learning, okay? Now, next thing is gain project-based experience. Now, this is where I want you guys to understand. Now, gain project-based experience. Most people, and I'm talking about literally about 90 to 95% of people across the world think experience is I'm going to the office. I wore a school bag. I woke up 6 o'clock in the morning. I had my bath. I wore a suit, or I wore a nice t-shirt, or I wore nice clothes, put on perfume, took a school bag, carried my laptop, carried my keys. People think it is work. I went to work. That's the reason why I have experience. People think I went to work. That's how I was able to get that experience. That's what most people think. Now, experience basically means what's experience, okay? What's experience? Experience is the ability of you to have worked on something and to a large extent how the environment or how that thing operates, okay? That's experience, okay? So now, in this situation now, data analytics, you want to become a data analyst. They're asking for someone with 3 years experience. There's a reason why they're asking for someone with 3 years of experience. So from that business, they would have seen that, people with 3 years of experience should be able to build a dashboard, should be able to use Power BI service, should be able to automate some reports, okay? Should be able to do some form of automation. So someone with 3 years of experience should be able to do this. That's from their own perspective. So now, how you gain that experience, it doesn't concern them. How you gain that experience really doesn't really matter. I mean, if you went on YouTube to learn it, if you went on a bootcamp to learn it, or if you went somewhere else to go learn it, it really doesn't matter. Okay? So what's that experience? If you have a certificate from what they call this nonsense certificate, Google data analyst. You go to Google, you learn some kind of visualization tool. I don't know if they do Power BI. Let's just use Power BI. So you go on there, you learn Power BI, you get a certificate. Somebody went on YouTube to learn Power BI, okay? Somebody went on a boot camp to go learn Power BI. So 3 individuals. One learned from YouTube, one studied from Google data analyst program certificate, and the other one went to, a boot camp. And 3 of them are claiming they have experience. What would they do? They would assess them, all 3 of them. They would assess all 3 of them, which of them knows how to use that particular technology better than the other one. Okay? So that's the experience they're looking for. your ability to use a technology to achieve a desired result. That is the experience they're looking for. So you see, even if you have a master's, you have 1 year experience, you just finished university, but you've worked on projects and you apply for a job. The person that has a master's has a PhD, and the person that just finished a university and that qualifies for that job, even though you don't have that 5 years experience, but you are able to package yourself, which that's what we're going to talk about. You're able to package yourself to show that 5 years of experience, and you apply for that same job. So the person that is a master's holder or a PhD holder, okay, or that has a certificate or something, and the person that just finished university, okay, that's it, that both qualify for the job. If they both apply and they qualify, they are both sent the same work. Two of them don't get separate work. The same two of them are they're getting the same work. So if the person that just finished university is better than the other person, you get the job. It's technical. Okay? How you generate that experience really doesn't matter to anybody. Go online. We're going to look at some remote site today, and you see that they just need you to have experience. So they will tell you experience using Power BI. 2 years experience to 5 years using Excel. So to this using, how you gain that experience using that tool? There's no, they didn't say that you have to go to the office to have gained this experience. You need to have worked in this particular organization, or you need to have worked in the office to gain this experience. No. So that's where project-based experience came in. And I'm going to talk about my own personal experience. So while I was trying to transition, or while I was working as a BI developer, okay, with the organization, I was looking to get a better offer, get a better job out there, okay? So I applied for several jobs. One came my way, okay? And while I was doing the interview process, they wanted me to show them some of the projects I've worked on in my office. But obviously, because of data privacy, okay, I can't share sensitive data with an external organization, with another organization. So I told them that I worked on projects. There are some projects I worked on personally, that the Power BI, the Tableau, in Excel, that I could show them. So at that time, I built so many projects in Excel, in Power BI, so on, okay? But the most recent one at that time, okay, was the first one I showed them, okay? And it was an Arsenal dashboard. I think I still have it up on my LinkedIn. Okay, I still have it up I should have it on my LinkedIn. Okay, but you have to set it all the way down. Anyway, I have it up on my. So the report was a very simple Arsenal dashboard. So I went to a website. Okay, I can't remember. I think it was 33 Sports or something. Okay, I went to the website, scraped the data, Arsenal EPL data. So EPL from inception, since Arsenal started playing in the EPL, all to the current data at that time. I scraped the data from the website, took the website, put it into Power BI, and built like a very interactive dashboard. You know, data on fancy visualization, animations, and so on. And I published it. Well, just for fun, just for me to learn how to use Power BI. And that was the first report I presented during the interview. It was an Arsenal dashboard. It was a corporate organization, but I was presenting an Arsenal dashboard just to showcase that I had the skills. I couldn't showcase the one I did in the office because, like I said, sensitive and privacy data. Okay, and it was an Arsenal dashboard I showcased and landed with that particular job. Okay, so project-based experience just showcases the skills that you have, and that's the reason why we started Amdari, because over the years, personally, moving from data analytics to data science, it was project that led to that transition. Even working as a computer vision engineer, it was also projects that got me the job as a computer vision engineer. If you go on my LinkedIn, you will see quite a number of projects I've worked on in the past. Okay, and that's exactly what I was talking about when we're thinking about starting off on Dari. People just need to work on projects. You've gone to a boot camp, you find out that after the boot camp, you give it a different scenario. You really don't know what to do. Okay, it's more projects you need to work on. The more projects you work on, the better your confidence level handling any kind of data. So that's where gain project experience. So like a data analyst or data scientist, you're looking to get in a job. I mean, there's so many jobs you can apply for. You can apply for customer analyst. So now, if you've worked as a customer analyst, does that mean you are only restricted to customer analytics? No. I mean, if you want to move from customer analytics to product analytics, does that mean you need to go and learn product analytics again? No. All you need to do is work on projects around product analytics for you to understand the metrics, the KPIs that you need to be tracking when you're working as a product analyst. Now, if you're working as a product analyst and you want to get a job as a supply chain analyst, do you need to go back to school to learn supply chain? No. Work on projects to understand the KPIs, the direction, the thought process, and so on, for you to understand exactly what supply chain analytics is all about. So, those are the things that you need to know. Gain massive work project-based experience. Okay, that experience is enough for you to get started. Now, next thing is employability skills. That's part of the things that we're going to be doing with Andari. So whereby having a good CV is going to go a long way for you. You see, why you're getting a lot of rejection is because you have a bad CV. To be honest with you, the reason why you're getting a lot of rejection is because you have a bad CV. Some of you have some very mundane stuff: your year of birth, your location, your address, your full address is your website, your local government, your blood type, how many siblings you have, your primary school certificate is still on your CV. If you have all those nonsense on your CV, it's because of that you're not getting the job offers. Okay, so having your CV optimized will do a lot of work for you, will open a lot of opportunities for you. So what does your CV do for you? Your CV goes before you. So before you can speak, before they even speak to you, your CV will go and do the talking. So if your CV cannot talk, if your CV is doing sign language, okay, or is even crippled, or it's not even there yet, what happens? It's not going to get there. Okay, it's not going to get called. You're not going to get called. Okay, so rather than you get your CV that gets in there and doing the talking and doing everything, it's not doing anything. What happens next? You're not getting called. Okay, so reason why you're not getting those calls, you're not getting there, you're not getting the opportunities that you need to get is because you actually have a bad CV. So you might have identified the career path you want to stick with. You might have spent hours and days and months learning the skills. You might have spent another set of several months, several years working on projects. You'll still be getting a lot of rejection. And a lot of people will now say that, there are no jobs in the space. There are jobs. It's just because you don't know how to access those opportunities. You have a terrible CV. You don't have a good LinkedIn profile. So those are the things that we're going to be looking at for you. Okay? So employability is very important. So you can learn the skills, but if your CV doesn't showcase those skills in the right way, you are going to be losing out big time. Now, moving on to the next one, networking. Okay? So that's also part of the things that we're going to be building with Amdari, where we're going to be creating communities, where you can network, job opportunities, and so on. So attending meetups, okay? So what is one that, I'm an indoor person, I don't like to go out. You need to go out. You need to meet with people. You need to meet with community members and so on. So it's imperative for you to do that. So the reason why that exists is because that's when you can start to interact with people. Oh, somebody's working with Goldman Sachs, somebody's working with Bank of America, somebody's working with HSBC, another person's coming with Amazon, Microsoft. These guys are coming to do like a meetup. Attend, even if you don't have a job. Oh, currently I'm just doing projects, working on projects, doing this. Package yourself and go out there to meet other people, and those are where you would likely get opportunities. Last but not least is mentorship. So it's one of the key mentorship sessions that we're going to be having is something like what we're doing at the moment, where we are reframing your mind. So because you have not experienced this before, so you probably have like a certain mindset about the tech ecosystem, especially the data space. So mentorship provides. So my 10 years of experience is what I'm collapsing into a 2-hour session. Okay. So like I said, we're still going to be having more sessions because there are so many things to learn. Trust me, a lot of things to learn. But we'll try to make it as easy for you to understand. So we're going to be bringing in a lot of mentors. Okay, people that have been in your shoes in the past, and you need to be there. So that's exactly what happens. That's what you need to do. So these are the 6 things you need to learn. Number 1, identify career paths you will need to learn. Number 2 is learn the skills. Number 3, work on projects. Please be aggressive towards your portfolio. So when they ask you a question, oh, have you done this before? Or can you share me a time you've done this particular thing? You're not lost. you have worked on several projects to the extent that you can draw from those projects. Oh, I remember working on this project. Oh, I remember working on that project. Oh, there was this project I worked on with this organization. Oh, there was this project. Okay. So those are the things that you get for doing that. Okay. So the next thing is let's walk you through a typical timeline. So this is Glory. Glory is currently a teacher. Okay. Glory is currently a teacher. But Glory wants to become a data analyst. Okay. Pardon me if I'm not saying data science and data engineering. It's almost the same thing. It's the same thing across all the platform. Okay. So if you're looking to get into data engineering, please, I can't mention data analytics, data science, and data engineering all at once. Okay. But the key thing is they are all opportunities, and we're going to explore them in the next 2 minutes. Okay. So all the training programs, becoming the tech professional that you are. So a lot of people that are looking to get it started in the tech ecosystem, it's majorly beginners. Beginners account for 30%, okay? Or what's 30? Almost beginners account for more than 80% of people that are looking to get it started. Okay. So now looking at what we have here. So all the things that you need to get started is what you need to explore. Okay. So all you need to do now is, give me a second. I don't know my laptop, my screen is frozen. Okay. All right. So you want to become a data analyst, like I said, the first thing is to identify the career path you need to get into. Identify the tech career path you want to get into. So I want to do data analytics. I want to do data engineering. I want to do data science. Please stick to it. The next part is learn the skills. All the Excel, the Tableau, the Power BI, the Airflow, Python, SQL, and so on. All the skills for each of those career paths you're interested in, please learn them as much as possible. You can go on YouTube. You can go on instructor-led classes. There are quite a number of classes that you can go to work with, okay? The next part is gain project-based experience. This is where Amdari comes in. So where we teach you, so what happened again? Where we teach you exactly, where you get to work on different projects across different ecosystems, different organizations, different industries, and so on. Okay. The next part is gain employability skills. Okay. Have a good CV, know how to interview, and all those things. Okay. Know how to interview, know how to answer questions. Employability. Okay. CV, LinkedIn, and interview preparation. Very, very important. Okay. Number 5 is networking. So you need to network, okay? Talk to other people, go to stand up, go to meetups when you get to interact with other people and so on. And number 6 is mentorship, okay? Seek mentorship. So all these 6 steps, broken down is exactly what you need to do to make that transition. It requires a conscious effort for you to do these things. But project-based experience, networking, employability skills, these are very imperative for you to get that desired goal. So now, where to get remote jobs? I'm going to just spend the next 10 minutes to look at this because I don't want to spend more than 2 hours in today's session, okay? Where to get remote jobs? We see a lot of people asking this question. Are there still remote jobs? Can I still get a remote job? If I learn data analytics, if I learn data engineering, are there jobs? Yes, there are jobs, a lot of jobs, okay? So there are quite a number of them that we can take a look at. So these are very sort of popular job boards, but I'm just going to show you 3 of them. If we have enough time, I'll probably do 3. Okay, so the ones that you're familiar with, but you don't know that the job exists in there. That's what I'm going to be looking at. So I'm going to start off first with LinkedIn, okay, because everybody should have a LinkedIn profile. Okay, everybody should have a LinkedIn profile. Somebody said my screen is blank. Is that correct? Is that true? Is my screen currently blank? Okay. Okay, sorry, okay, that's okay. No, it's not. Okay, thank you very much. So I'm going to go on LinkedIn, okay? Okay, so LinkedIn. So go on LinkedIn and we're going to be talking about how to use LinkedIn to search for remote jobs, okay? So I'm going to go to jobs, all right? So now let's say data analyst. You've been working on projects in data analytics and you're looking to get a job as a data analyst. So what do you do? So I'm going to come here, data analyst. And typically what I would say, the first location you need to look at is the United States. Okay, the United States. That's one major place you need to take a look at. We would have more very detailed session on how to go about this, but this is just to open your eyes to tell you that remote jobs exist. So data analysts, I'm going to say United States. Okay, United States. Look out for United States. The reason why I say United States is because there is a pool of job opportunities in the US. The US, majority of the startups, majority of the companies, majority of the comes from the US. Okay, so if you are looking to get it started, please search for the US. Go ahead to the US and search. Okay, so now what you want to look at, you see the button here, remote. That's what you're looking for, remote job. So this remote, tick remote and show 1,000 plus results. Now, this has filtered data analyst jobs in the United States that are remote and it has brought it out for you. Okay, so now a little bit of caveat in here. Some of these roles require you to be in the US to work remotely. So you need to be in the US. You could be in Texas, the job is in New York, they don't care where you are, but you have to be in the US to work remotely. That's a bit of caveat just to let you know that it's possible for them to say that. Now, the flip side is they don't write it on the job description. They don't write it there to tell you that you must be in the US. Some of them write, some of them don't write. Okay, but how do you know? That's a key question, correct? But now, from my own experience, guys, I'll tell you for free, apply. They tell you that you need to be in the US to apply. You need to have this to apply. Every single job that comes out from this search result, please apply to it. Have a good CV. Don't have like a basic CV. Some will probably have a CV session, so you see exactly how to design a CV. All right. Have a good CV. Okay. Have a stellar LinkedIn profile. Okay. Don't have a basic profile. Okay. So have these two things. Apply for these jobs. Okay. So the reason why I'm saying that you should do this is because let them be the ones to reject you. Let them be the ones say that, okay, you have to be in the US, you have a good CV, you have a good profile. It's just that the people that we're looking for, they need to be in the US. Visa restrictions, blah, 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 and all that. So let them be the one to tell you. But if you see it, or if you think that that might be a limitation for you and you don't apply to it, you are missing out 100%. You're missing out 100%. But if you try, okay, if you apply for the job, there's a 50% chance that they might call you to say, let us even speak to this person. Let's speak to this person to see what the situation is. Has it happened to me before? Several times. Oh, currently, you're based in the UK. We can see you're based in the UK, but we're trying to consider you for this particular position, blah, blah, blah. It happens. Even while I was in Ireland, the same thing. While I'm in Canada, the same thing. All you need to do is apply. Apply for all the jobs. Be aggressive towards application. Okay? So you see all the roles here. These are majorly data analyst. And that's the reason why I took our time to tell you the other roles you can apply for. So for example, if you finish data analyst, you can move to customer analytics, customer analyst. Anything around customer analyst, okay? Sales analyst, senior power market analyst, workforce analyst, that's under HR, so on, operations analyst. There are so many other analytical roles that people just get fixated on data analyst. That's not the only role you can do. You can do business intelligence. So you can also search for business intelligence analyst roles. Learning data analytics doesn't limit you to data analyst. So you're looking for a job, and the only thing you're searching for consistently is data analyst. There are no jobs. I mean, you have not explored so many other parts. There's logistics, there's supply chain, there's operations, there's customers, there's sales. Your skills, the skills are, it's immersive, the kind of opportunity that you get from there. So once you finish in the United States, you apply for enough jobs in the United States. Is that the end? Do you guys think that's the end? Give me a thumbs up if you think that's the end. Let me see people that are following you. So you apply for some jobs in the US. Okay, what do you do after that? Let me see. Do you say, okay, what do you do next? Let me see. What do you do next? Do you move to Canada? No. All right. Okay, you moved to Canada. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, I think I get what you mean. Okay, fantastic. So you move from you apply for, let's say you do your business intelligence, you move from there, go to Australia. Okay, you go to Australia to see, oh my, what is in Australia? What's in Australia for me? Okay. You look at Australia also, probably I'll niche down to major the data analyst position because that would likely have a tad bit more. Okay, so you see data analyst, online Power BI specialist, data analyst, and so on. These are remote jobs in Australia at the moment. These are data analyst jobs that are remote at the moment. Okay, so once you finish in Australia, what do you do next? Do you close your laptop and say that's the end? No, move to another country, United States, United Kingdom, for example. Okay, no, you moved to Europe. Somebody said that I love the fact that you didn't mention Nigeria. Yes, you can. I have at least I currently this year I know 3 people that are currently in Nigeria and they're working for companies in the UK, in the US, and also what 2 in the UK and 1 in the US. Okay, so don't limit yourself. And those are the things that I'm trying to say today. Please don't think that I'm in Nigeria limits you. I know people that are currently in Nigeria working fully remotely from the US. Okay, so don't limit yourself. Don't say that I'm happy just because I'm doing this from another country doesn't mean you can do it. This is exactly how I do it. This is how I've mentored other people to do it. Did they get it? They are getting it. So if you limit yourself, like I said, you're missing out 100%. You're missing out 100% for just limiting yourself. But you see those people that try and the people that get a chance. Okay, so once you finish with LinkedIn, you have quite a number of opportunities there on LinkedIn. You move on from there. I'm going to show you another place. It's called Built-in. Okay, Built-in. Okay, Built-in basically is majorly startup jobs that you get from Built-in. So if you go to builtin.com, okay, you see personalized for you. So my current location is Canada. I would also literally tell you every time, please change it to the US. Depending on, I think if you're Nigeria, you likely see the United States by default. So I'm going to take it from remote, okay, clear everything, and just take it just remote. That's what I'm looking for. So I'll do the same thing. Let's take a look at data engineering, okay? Can data engineers get a job? Same thing, data engineer, okay? And I'll click on see jobs, and it will show you jobs that are currently available in the US, remote jobs. So this is data engineer, data engineer, data engineer, data engineer. And you see, these are pools of data engineering roles that are currently available in the US. Okay, so all you need to do is apply. Okay, you finish from the US. Majorly, I would use Built-in for US, Canada remote jobs. Okay, so if you're looking for remote jobs in the US, Canada, I would say you should look at this particular. I would say you should use this. You can't really search. I've not really tried searching for any other country. Majorly is the US. Built-in is majorly US and Canada. Okay, so for Built-in, once you're done with, you say how we are going. You start from LinkedIn. So data engineers, this is not only for data analysts. I mean, data engineers, you can do the same thing. Okay, all right. Data engineer, you can do the same thing. You see Azure data engineer, machine learning engineer, obviously that's for data scientists, artificial big data operations engineer, data science engineer, data engineering. But this is Australia. So like I said, start with the United States, it's the same thing. Okay, search, you get the result of what you're looking for. Data engineer, Netflix. You can see this is remote Netflix. This is that's a recruitment firm, okay, and so on and so forth. So quite a number of roles there for you to apply to. So I think this will be an eye opener for all of you, okay. So another one, Glassdoor is another place I would say you should go to. Glassdoor is very important, very interesting. So take for example, let's look at data scientists this time around. So we've not said data scientists. Can you get remote jobs in the US? Okay, data scientists, United States. So you see there is a button here that says remote only. Remote only. Click on that remote only. So you see data science in the US, okay, for you to apply to. So these are different applications, different job boards, different job opportunities. So if you're aggressive enough, you will get what you're looking for. All right. So the key question I'll tell you, please, if you're aggressive enough, you can't just be doing one application in a week and expect to get a remote jobs. You need to be aggressive towards your application, have a good CV, have a LinkedIn profile, have all the necessary things that you need to have. You need to own that. Okay. The other one that I think I would like to talk about is Well Found. Okay, Well Found, I think is FlexJob also is a good place, to be honest with you. So let me just you can look at them on your own free time, to be honest with you. Okay, so FlexJobs. So you see, it's the #1 job site to find remote jobs. Okay, this is a paid platform. It's not free. Okay, it's paid. So if you want to get the most recent roles, okay, and let me show you something very interesting about this site. Okay, so you see, work from anywhere in the US, like I mentioned. So if you're currently in the US and you're looking to get a job within the US, majorly at the time, I will still go here and still apply for jobs that classify under work from anywhere in the US. I still apply for it. So it even gets to the time that I don't even know where the opportunity came from. Okay, so I don't know if you guys have been in that. Let me know if you've been in that situation whereby you've applied so much that you don't even know where the job situation came from. Somebody will just call you from nowhere, and you'll be wondering, did I apply for this job? Well, exactly. So those are the kind of things that you at that point, that's how you know you're doing a great job. So anyways, work from anywhere in the world. You see there's an option here from work from anywhere in the world. Work from anywhere in the world. So you see there, why don't you click on this? If you are paid, currently it's not paid, so it won't show me the most recent. Okay, so you see I can search for the role that I'm interested in, either data analyst. Okay, all right. I don't put in a location because literally I want opportunities from literally anywhere in the world. So you see everything comes up, okay? Data analysts from anywhere in the world. So 100% remote work, 100% remote work. But the key thing like you need to know, FlexJob is paid. I think it's the only paid platform on the list that I provided for you. So on this list, FlexJob is the only paid platform. The rest of them, please go ahead. Skip the drive literally is skip the drive, okay? So rather than you driving to work, they say skip the drive, so work remotely. So that's another one. Remote.co, Indeed, Working Nomads, Europe remotely. So Job Expresso, Remote OK, Well Found. These are platforms that you could go to apply for remote jobs. We would still have another very detailed session where we walk you through step by step on how to apply for remote jobs. This is just to show you that remote jobs exist. So if you learn the skills, you prepare enough, you would get access to remote opportunities. Now, the last thing we're going to talk about, is Amdari. So I'm going to talk about the perks and benefits of you getting started with Amdari. Then we can take questions and we can call it a day. So on Amdari, like I mentioned, Amdari is a fantastic platform to be on. Okay, so all you need to do is go on Amdari now, create a profile, create an account. All you need to do is create an account. I have my account set up already, so all you need to do is create an account. So let me talk about the benefit that you have here. Okay, so the first benefit is the basic package. So the basic package gives you access to 2 projects. Okay, I'm gonna get a different color for my pen. So the basic package, which is the free version, is free of charge. Okay, so the free version gives you 2 projects. Okay, gives you access to 2 projects across data analytics, data science, and data engineering. So in total, you get a total of 6 projects. Okay, you get a total of 6 projects. So if you're a data analyst or you're interested in just data analytics, you'll likely get just 2. You are getting only 2 projects for free to work on. I'll show you some of the projects you can work on. Now, the next one is monthly personal package. So depending if it's Naira, you'll see the cost in Naira, okay? So if you're currently in Nigeria, you go to the website, you'll see the cost in Naira. But if for the guys outside the country, this is exactly what you get, $50. But for the guys in Nigeria, for the guys in Ghana, you would like to see different price in your local currency or in USD, depending on your location. Now, for personal monthly, like I said, it's $50 per month. This will give you access to over 150 projects that are currently on the platform. over 150 projects across data analytics, data science, and data engineering. Now, these are well-guided projects. These are not random projects that you've gone on Google or Kaggle and whatever. These are, what we did was to get professionals that had experience in the space, and we converted their experience into projects. So you see all those shopping cart abandonments, you see all those projects, cryptocurrency forecasting. These are people's real life experience that they've converted into guided projects for you to also leverage, okay, in your experience gathering, okay? So over 1,000 hours of project guided solutions. So from predictive analytics to computer vision to NLP to building dashboards to working with Looker to working with Tableau, we have tons of projects across everything. Now, you see projects in Power BI, Tableau, Excel, Python, literally any technology you're looking for, you will get it with the basics. So just the basic aspect. Now, go from zero to job ready, okay? Using those projects you've worked on as leveraging, get what you're looking for. Access to all employability sessions like we're doing at the moment. So you gain access to employability sessions like this. And like I said, we're going to be having a tiny bit more sessions just so that we can get more people getting that job within the space itself. You get real-time progress tracking, so you know what you're watching, how you're learning. You get that tracking to see that your progress, you've been progressing significantly. Then you would also get access to new and upcoming projects. So if you go to the website at the moment, I'm just going to show you that real quick. Gain access to the platform. So if I go to my dashboard, all right, I'm going to click on this. You'll see we have new projects coming up, okay? I'm just going to show you this. So you see new upcoming projects. You have route optimization for food delivery, improving delivery efficiency for food services. All right, so we have the next one, in-mail voting analysis, leveraging data analysis, data to address election, post-mortem, and enhance the democratic process. Carbon emission dashboard, tenant retention optimization, maximizing client success. These are new projects that are going to be uploaded on the platform before the 26th of August. So these are new projects that are currently not on the platform that are going to be uploaded on the platform. So giving you varied more access to more projects to work on, data analytics, data science, and data engineering. So you get access. So paying for the monthly plan gives you access to all new upcoming projects. So every month we add new projects to the list of projects that we have there. Okay, so from Power BI to Excel to SQL to Python to all the projects, everything, new projects have been upgraded every month. All right, so now we have the biannual, so which is slightly way cheaper than the annual. I think you get like a month and a half off. So rather than paying for 6 months, you are going to be paying for like 4.5 months or thereabouts. So rather than paying £50, okay, you see you're paying £400, so you're saving $200. So rather than paying $50, you're paying $400 for 6 months. So you're saving a whooping $200. Okay, you're saving $200. Now, what do you get for going with the biannual plan? Okay, so you get everything in. You get everything in the monthly package. Okay, Darren. Sorry, this is not the. Okay, this is annual package. Sorry, this is the annual package. I'm looking at biannual. It's biannual I wanted to talk about. So this is for the year, 12 months. Okay, sorry. Apologies. So this is for 6 months. This is a 6 month plan. So this is the monthly plan. Okay, this is the monthly plan. This is the biannual. So this is for 6 months. Okay, 6 months. Now you're saving $100 on this. Okay, so rather than you paying what's that 300, okay, you're saving $100. And now what do you get from this biannual plan? You get everything from the monthly plan. So you get access to everything that you have here, everything from the monthly plan. You gain access to new projects, okay? Boost productivity with Amdaris reusable templates. So you get access to the solution templates. So take, for example, while I was working, there was a project I was working on, was a forecasting project. And I was forecasting for multiple SKUs. It was a supply chain project, okay? So I was literally looking for, because I've not done it before. So I was looking for where somebody had done it before so I could use, draw from the person's, insight, draw from the person's experience. So, I needed that template. Okay, and that's exactly what most people need getting started. So if you're looking to get a job, you get a job, and they ask you to build a dashboard that will track some kind of metrics within that. All you need to do is just get a project that has happened before and you can leverage it. So with the biannual, you get those reusable templates for you to work with. Also, in terms of employability, this is where this is doing a lot better. So you get access to reference letter. So if you apply for a remote job and they ask you, can you get a reference letter from where you worked, you can leverage Amdari. So you can say you're working with Amdari, okay, and you can use that as a leverage in applying for a job. If you go with the monthly plan, you don't get that leverage. You don't get that, okay? So reference letter will be advised. You will get access to reference letter. You could claim that you work with Amdari, okay, and we'll provide you with those reference letter that you need, okay. Access to our remote job board. So now today I showed you about 5 job boards where you can get remote jobs. So what we are doing now in the next 1 month is to build a job board that will be getting remote jobs from all these sites that we discussed today, or even more. Okay, so rather than you going to like 6, 7, 8 places, why don't you just go to one central location that has all the remote jobs from all those places in one central location? Okay, so that's exactly what you'll gain access to that remote job board. So LinkedIn optimization is another aspect of what you will get. LinkedIn optimization would help you revamp and optimize your LinkedIn. Another one is on the job support, customer support. So you have issues with what you're working on, you get that support. Also, one-on-one support, CV support would help you out with your CV. So help you optimize your CV, help you make your CV stand out, and so on. So you also have community support, okay? And those are the things that you get. So the major aspect of what I would say you're going to be enjoying is that employability. The reference letter, the CV review, LinkedIn optimization, customer support, access to the remote job board is what you get from the 6-month biannual package. Now, the annual package is $400, okay? So you're still saving what, $200, and this is for the full year. Now, what you're going to be working with here is you're getting everything in biannual. So you see everything from monthly to biannual, you're getting everything, access to new projects, reference letter, remote job board, link optimization, and you're going to be adding more. You're getting more from this. So now what you're getting here is guaranteed internship placement. So we have a pool of partners, internship partners that we've worked with, and we're still garnering more, we are still bringing more people on board. So what we're guaranteeing here is guaranteed internship placement, where you get to work with an organization and gain the experience that you need. Okay, so guaranteed internship placement. That's like by far the significant aspect of this particular house. Now, the next one is interview preparation. So we'll also prepare you for interviews, because we're going to replace you with these organizations. We'll prepare you to interview. Even if you apply for a remote job and you have an interview with a remote organization, we'll also prepare you for that internship, or prepare you for the interview. On the job support, you get a job or you're doing an internship, or either the internship replaced you, you got a job separately, you can request for on the job support. Okay, so you're currently working on the project, you don't know what to do, you have that support from us to guide you on what to do. Career endorsement from an industry leading expert. So would endorse you on LinkedIn, or even write you a reference letter, write you something, whatever you want, we'll write that for you to ensure that you're being endorsed by somebody well known within the industry. Okay, and last but not the least is one-on-one session with a mentor. Okay, so you get a mentor that would get to work with you, and so on and so forth. So that's exactly what you get from it. Okay, so that's the annual package, and that is, I would say, to a very large extent, that's if you're looking to get that internship experience, you're looking to get that job, that's exactly what you're looking at. Okay, for biannual, if you want to work on more projects, you want to put yourself out there, you want to do work, that's the biannual package for you, get you ready for the job board, for get to the job essentially. Okay, so quite a number of perks that you get from this. So you see, I did projects on web scraping, 100%, a ton of projects on web scraping, a ton of projects on there. Okay, I'll share some of them with you in a few seconds, and then we can call it a day. So the internship is for how many months? So it's going to range between 3 to 12 months, depending on the organization that you're going to be working with. So majority of the internship ranges between 3 to 12 months. Okay, 3 to 12 months. So depending on the, like I said, depending on the partner, okay, that is going to be taking the person as an intern. So those are the things. But what we're trying to do is between 3 to 12 months, essentially. So just guarantee you that internship for between 3 to 12 months. So some of the internship are paid, some of them are unpaid. So it's just guaranteed that you get an internship. So majority of us are looking to just get that experience to put on our CV. And that's exactly what we want to guarantee, that you get that experience and you get to build revolutionary, products. You get to work with an action organization, either remote or either hybrid, depending on where the country, depending on where you are. So if you are somewhere in Ghana, okay, or you're in South Africa, or you're somewhere else, you could actually get a remote job, literally internship, literally anywhere. Okay, so we have partners currently in the UK. Currently, we have partners in the US, internship partners. We have some in Nigeria, okay, and we're also looking at other African countries for you to get that internship experience to get started. Okay, so the price of the site is still showing in dollars, and I am in Nigeria. Probably you're using a VPN or something. It should be showing in Naira. Okay, so if you go to the website, you should see it in Naira. Okay. Okay, yeah, I think that's just going to be it. So for all the projects that you want to, for all of you that are looking to get it started, all you need to do is go to www.amdari.com, or amdari.io rather, okay, amdari.io. So once you go to the website, create an account. Once you create an account, you get access to the dashboard. Okay, so this is your own personalized dashboard. I'm going to make it bright so you can see my screen a little bit better. Okay, so currently you see on my ongoing project, I have a pool of projects. I have about 8 projects in here, 6 projects rather, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have 6 projects. So that these are the free projects that you get to work with. Okay, these are the free project, the free ones. So you can go there and even just start working on projects, okay, for the free tier. Okay, so you see exactly how the project works, how it did everything, how it looks. Okay, so for a person that is working on that, is looking for a web scraping project. So you see we have this Wikipedia data scraping, efficient extraction, and database integration. So if I click on start project, you see I get the guided project in it. Okay, so download materials and data set for this project. Okay. So because you're going to be doing web scraping, you don't need any data sets. So that's the reason why you don't have any data set in here. So now project submission and video. So you see scraping from Wikipedia part 1. So you see that's the first part. You get a solution, guided solution to that particular project. So I'm going to play this and I'm going to show you exactly how you get it done. Okay. So this is it, list of largest universities, and it's basically walking you through the step-by-step of how to script the data, how to start the project, how to, basically, even as a beginner, please come here and start working with this web scraping project. Okay, so that's for web scraping. So for the guys, data science, you have a quote analysis project in here, quote analysis. So for the guys that are looking to do data science, okay, this is quote analysis, where you start to do your accuracy data analysis, you start to do your, all your kind of analysis, okay, and also insight generation and all that. Okay, so data science to data analytics. For data analytics, you also have 2 projects in there. So for data analytics, I'm just going to show you real quick. So you have campaign metrics, okay, product campaign metrics, and you have digital ad juniors, e-commerce impact, precision marketing analytics. So you have quite a number of projects in there. So for product analytics, okay, let's take a look at it. Okay, I'm going to be saying dashboard. Let's take a look at the dashboard design. Okay. So let's take a look at this. You see, this is you working on this is a Looker project, okay? For you to build a project in Looker Studio, okay? That's exactly what you're getting from this. So you gain access to that guided project. There is a business problem. There is a business. So if you take a look at each project comes with a business case, okay? So you see, there is a business overview, competition management, resource allocation, performance evaluation, and brand enhancement. The rationale for the project, the aim of the project, the data you're going to be working with, the tech stack, and so on. So everything is provided. So you can literally use this to start working on your project. Okay. The data set. So you see the data set is in there. Okay. The intro / installation video. You have installation of Looker Studio, for example. Click on that. I'm going to play that. You see it's a Looker Studio, how to install Looker Studio to your local system, to your system, or how to get access to it rather. Okay, so you have that free project, and that's exactly where we are going to call it today. So we have the basic package, which is free. We have the monthly package, which is 50,000 naira every month. By annual, you're going to be saving $100. Okay, so you have the package of $200, and annual is for 6 months. So don't forget the perks. The perks are there for a reason. So reference letter, access to remote job board, link optimization, customer support, one-on-one CV review support, things that you get for biannual. For annual, guaranteed internship placement, interview preparation, on-the-job support, and so on. All right. So thank you very much, and I think this is where I'm going to call it a day. So let's see. Let me see if I have any questions. I'm going to be taking questions now, and then we can call it a day. If you had a wonderful time, please give me a reaction. Then I'll be taking a couple of questions. Let me see question. All right, drop a reaction to see how you enjoy the session. Okay, so I think I've answered the majority of the questions here. Okay, dear internship with international companies. So we can't guarantee you anything. So internship placement can literally be with a local company or international. Okay, so yeah, actually getting it heavily discounted already. So I mean, if you want to start putting preference to international or local, you're likely going to be paying it a bit more. So currently, it's just going to be anyone that works or anyone that gets you. You will try to get a job, okay, where you can do your internship. Okay. The price on the site is issued in dollars, and I'm in Nigeria. Please refresh the page, or maybe you just came back from the US or some location, so your browser is still seeing you, or give access to the website for you to see your location, and that's where it's only if you don't give it access, then to show you in dollar by default. So if you give it access or access your location, it's likely going to show you in naira. Okay. All right, yes, please follow us on our social media platform, LinkedIn. We're going to be running so many sessions. Okay, so for people that are looking to get this started, you want to get yourself aware, so look at what we learned today: data analytics, data science, data engineering. We're going to be having sessions around technical sessions. What is data modeling? What is data? What is statistics? How does statistics play out? All these things that you probably don't know about. We're going to be having all those kind of sessions, and it's free of charge. Okay, literally free of charge. So why don't you just follow us or recommend us to a friend of yours? Okay. Yes, there are internship. Okay, it could be local, it could be international. I answered the question already. Thank you, Mommy, for answering the questions. Also, that year we will be uploading more projects that cover cloud. Yes, we have projects that cover cloud already. Okay, so even on the platform, we have GCP, Azure, cloud platform. So if you go to the platform, you go to the website. Okay, you go to the website, you go to projects. Okay, you click on the filter. You talk about tools you want to work with. So if it's AWS project you want to work on, if it is GCP project, or whatever project you want to work on, it's all there. Okay, so you could just search for AWS also, and you see a couple of projects that would come up with AWS. Okay, so there are quite a number of cloud platform training program. If it's GCP, also the same thing, Google Cloud Platform, or just say for GCP, you see a couple of projects in GCP and all that. So yeah, there are quite a number of projects, and more are still coming. We're still going to be uploading more. Okay, and the projects just video recordings, or will it involve self-paced, hands-on practical? So yes, all the projects are practical. They're not just videos. Okay, they are literally you watch and replicate what you're doing. Okay, so take for example, if I take a look at this particular project, okay, so exploratory data analysis part 1, let's just go to like a technical aspect. So this will walk you through step by step on what you need to do. So this is walking you through step by step on how to do your analysis. Okay, step by step. So it's not just walking, it's not just discussing it, it is for you to replicate what is being done. Okay, it's for you to replicate what is being done. All right. So, and that's exactly what you're going to be getting from the training program. So it's literally starting from the beginning. You see project introduction, business introduction, the rationale of the project, the objective, and so on and so forth. So now, if I take it to the tail end of this particular aspect, so let me see, recommend inside that presentation. Okay, so you see now this is the final aspect. So this is what you would have built. So you have the inside presentation and recommendation. So this is what you would have gotten from the analysis, okay, and you'll be doing your presentation. So you see how everything is being done to get you what you're looking for. All right, to see what you're doing for. So it's going to give you inside recommendation, and in the same vein, you'll be able to create your own portfolio. So you see, creating your own portfolio as you're creating a project, you're building your own portfolio, and you do all that. So everything, all the videos on how to create a portfolio, everything is in there. How to navigate the platform. Once you go to the platform, you click on this button, it will show you how to navigate the platform, okay, and all that. Once you're watching the video, okay, if I start a video, if I start a project, for example, okay, I go to project description, how to use the platform. Basically all that information is on the platform, okay. So it is self-paced and hands-on 100%. So like I said, some internship are paid, some internship are not paid. So most times we're not, like you said, internship is big. We try, majority of them are paid. Some of them will give out stipends for you to work on, because is for you to learn, for you to get that project-based experience. So for you to also clean work experience. So for most people are just looking to get that first step, okay? And that's exactly what we're trying to do for you. Very helpful. God bless you. Thank you, Eric. Thank you. God bless you too. What are those requested for computer science related? There is, if you apply for a job and they're not picking because you don't have a computer science degree, it's a company the company doesn't know what they're looking for. Okay. Quite a number of questions here, and I think Obama is answering the majority of the question. I'm working on a few projects. Are we going to be able to get a data source to work on Power BI for data? Yes, there are projects on Power BI there. Please feel free to work on Power BI projects. Okay, I am working. Okay, so your portfolio is also automatically built. Yes, 100%. Thank you, Mr. Ife. All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much. So what I would say is, please take advantage of the amazing discounts that we have running at the moment, where you're going to be saving a lot, on the biannual and annual package. Okay, so get started. Let's see how we can get you into your design career path. So thank you very much, guys. I know I had a wonderful time. You had a splendid time. I was happy to, demystify some of the things for you. And please tell your friends, tell your family members to up on the train. Okay, so rather than you going looking on YouTube to look for guessing where you can get a project, we have a central repository where you can also work on projects. Okay, so yes, I didn't show you that. Okay, yes, you get certificates. You get certificate for each project that you complete. There's a certificate that is awarded to you. Okay, so they're all projects given to you. Okay, project certificates and all that will be awarded to you. So this is the first of so many other employability sessions we're going to be having. So if you want to learn as a data professional, the place to be is Amdari. Okay, so we're going to be having quite a number of projects. The session we're going to be having next week is for people that are looking to get into big tech. Okay, so the likes of fan companies, Facebook, Amazon, Netflix, so on. So we're going to be bringing in somebody that currently works with Ford. She has also worked with Amazon. You want to be a part of those sessions. These are the mentors that you likely see online that you don't have access to, that we're going to be bringing in for you to interact with. Okay, so you need to be a part of us, okay? And you need to tell other people to be a part of this, because you don't want to gatekeep this information, because we are not gatekeeping any information. So you also don't gatekeep any information. Thank you very much, guys. Have a wonderful weekend. I'm looking forward to having you on board. If you have any concern, anything, please send us a message on our social media platform. All right. Thank you very much, and have a wonderful, wonderful day ahead. All right. Give me 100. Give me, a clap emoji if you had a wonderful time today, guys. Fantastic, fantastic. Let me hear from one person. Let me see if I can speak to one person. Okay. So Abdul Rahim. Okay, let me see what I can just quickly hear from you. Give me a second. Abdul Rahim, turn on your microphone. Yes, you can turn on your microphone now. Yes.
Okay, thank
Hi.
you very much for this.
Hello.
Yeah, my questions were actually answered during in the chat. Yeah,
Okay,
I was
fantastic.
asking about the project. When you take your project, will you be getting a certificate, and then also will you be having a portfolio and other, so that you can share the portfolio with your recruiters, or in case you had an interview and they ask you for your portfolio and other stuff, so
Yes,
you can share it with them.
yes, 100%. So you see, I'm just gonna give me a sec. Just, I think that's a very fantastic question, and that's a big aspect of what we are building here. So you see here on this portfolio page where you have portfolio, as you're completing a project, it's instead of you trying to, let me just show you. Take a
Okay.
typical example. If I start this project and I'm done with the project, I submit. If I click on submit a project, okay, you see these
Okay.
projects are pre-filled for you, so you don't need to start figuring out what to write. Okay, you don't have to. So everything, the only thing you need to upload is the document that you worked on. Okay, so you need to upload it. You need to put in screenshots so that people can see the work that you've done. And once you're done with that, it gets updated on your portfolio. If you copy the link, you can put it on your CV, you can put it on your LinkedIn, you can put it on your any of your accounts. So if somebody clicks on it, okay, if somebody clicks on this particular link, I'm going to show you how it's going to appear. Okay, I'm going to put the link here. So you see it here. It's going to give you a
Okay.
name. If your men are equal, all right,
Okay.
the link is there for
Yeah.
you. So you know it's personalized to just suit you. So once the person sees it, the person sees the project you've worked on, the person can view the projects you've worked on. Okay, the person sees the
Yeah.
projects that you've worked on, the screenshots are there for the person to see, and the file that you worked on, the person can also view the file, and so on and so forth. So the person can see the overview of the project, the rationale of the project, the aim of the project, the data you worked on, the tech stack you worked with, and the project scope. So you're building your portfolio while you're also working on projects. So rather than what we did was automate the problem, not well, almost automate the entire process, so that you are not, going to GitHub to start doing documentation. Everything is documented for you. Everything is built for you, and you have a fantastic aspect. Okay, so I hope
That's
that makes
really good.
sense.
Thank you so much for this.
Yeah, no problem at all. No problem at all. All right. Sorry, my screen is a black screen, so that's why it's in black. All right. Yes. Let me see other people. Let me see if there's any other person. Okay. Okay. Let me listen to Obakachi. Obakachi. I can see.
Hello, good day, good
Hello.
afternoon.
Good
Yeah,
afternoon.
thank you, Mr. Femina. I really, really appreciate this detailed webinar. I have two
Thank you.
questions. Number one is this: if I want to, is there a possibility of upgrading plan? Possibly, I just want to start off with monthly plan, and I want to upgrade. Okay, let me not say upgrade from monthly, because monthly is just 1 month. Let's say
Yes.
I'm doing a biannual. I sign up for biannual, possibly because of the limited funds that I have, and after a while I want to upgrade to annual. Is there a possibility of that? That's number one. Then
Okay.
number two, second question, I actually saw it in the chat box, but I don't know if you addressed it or, but I didn't notice that, which is for the annual that has a benefit of guaranteed internship. At what point within that 1 year, within the plan, you qualify, or someone qualify, or the person gets the internship position?
Fantastic questions. First of all, the upgrade currently is not a feature of the platform. Okay, so maybe it's something that we might look at doing. Okay, maybe it's something that I would definitely look at in the next couple of weeks. Okay, to see how we can upgrade, where users can actually just upgrade on their current plan. Okay, so that's one aspect. So that's not currently a number. That's not a feature that we have on the website at the moment. So if you pay for biannual, you get access to biannual. If you want to get annual, then you have to pay for annual again. Okay, so but it's something I would likely look at. Okay, and see, keep you guys updated on recent updates. Okay. The next aspect is internship. At what point? So we have before we recommend you to an organization, we also have a reputation to to be told. Okay, so what we do is we have a 3 to 4 month assignment, depending on the individual, where we're going to teach you, we're going to assess, we're going to teach, we're going to provide some form of mentorship, we're going to do a lot of work preparing you for the internship. So that's 3 months maximum is what we're looking at. Okay, where we are going to be using to where we're going to be, sorry, I'm trying to mute Aris, is it MSIN? Okay, yeah, so where we're going to be preparing you for the internship. So in order for us to recommend you, we need to be able to beat our chest that there are certain things that you know. Okay, so if we can beat our chest to do that, then that's where we recommend you to our partner organization. Because if we recommend people that are not good enough, it means that there are no opportunities for other people to come to go into that same organization. So we need to achieve that level of quality. Okay, so that we do that within the first 3 months, then you get a myriad of opportunities. We'll prepare you for those interviews. So the partnership organizations also have the opportunity to turn down and accept. Okay, so we have opportunities for several internship partners for you to interview with, and based on those interviews, then you get your placement, and that's just the way it works. Okay, so the internship, like I said, depending on the partner organization, could range between 6 to 12 months. Okay, some if it's international, it's also going to be the same thing. So yeah, those are the opportunities that we're bringing forward for you. Okay.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks a lot for that, Obakachi. All right, guys. I would have loved to take all the questions, to be honest with you, but time is well spent. And so all you need to do now is just be a part of the community. Please recommend your friends, family that are looking at getting started within the data ecosystem. We're likely going to be doing a lot more, that career path as we go on, but preferences to data guys. Okay, there are a lot of opportunity for data professionals, and we're trying to bring that awareness to you. Okay, so thank you very much for taking our time to listen to us today, and please take a look out for more sessions like this so you can learn. It's free of charge. I mean, you can just come learn as much as you can, recommend other people, learn, and that's how we build that wonderful community of people, of professionals. Yes, the session is recorded, and it will be on our YouTube page. The links will also be sent to the group once it's been uploaded. So you want to be a part of the group so you get access to all that. Okay. Guys, thank you very much. Have a wonderful evening, guys, and have a wonderful day, depending on where you are. Cheers, everyone.
So
Bye for
we
now.
can still subscribe for the premium, right?
Yes,
now.
you can. You can go ahead, subscribe for any plan that you need. It's live. Everything is live. Yes,
Okay, thank
everything's
you.
live. All right. Have a wonderful day, guys. Bye, everyone.
Yeah.
Have a good day.